everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafty TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Welcome to the weekend. Yes, it is Make It Saturday, our pre-recorded offering for the weekend. So don't ask me any questions because I won't answer them. You can, though, however, get in touch in the comments because the social team are there. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to know, feel free to fire those comments in. And yeah, we'll see what we get chatting about in the show as well. You can always chat amongst each other's company as well. So lots of you love these Saturday shows. Over the course of this show, we are going to be looking at the machines because that was the big news this week. The Gemini machines are back in stock on a pre-order. And with it being, what, the 8th of November now as well. It's only literally, what, 16 days or so until these start going out. And it's the full caboodle. Mini in, Midi in, Junior in Raspberry, and then also the top of the shop Gemini 2 all in, and all of the accessories as well, which is great news, I think, for everybody. Wherever you are within your crafting life, there is a machine for you. Wherever you are, perhaps if you've already got a machine, there's an option of getting another one. Maybe you've got an electronic and you want a manual to go with, or vice versa. And for everybody who loves their Gemini, whichever machine it might be, you will always need replacement plates. You will always need replacement folders. You might decide that you want to go for the turntable to go with the Gemini 2. They are all in stock for you as well, again on a pre-order, so it is worth grabbing those and getting as many as you think you might need and more into your basket so that you've got spares, because you might not need them now, but down the line, because of the nature of how they are used, you will need more. So it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. Also, over the course of this show, as we explain about all of the machines, we'll be chatting about some of the Sizzlers that we've got for you too. Got a few Sizzler deals to get you going on a Saturday Sizzlers. And, well, I'm here with one of my absolute faves, other side of the studio, getting ready for some Gemini action. It is the marvellous Debbie Fisher. And isn't it great, Debbie, that we've got all the machines back?
Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how super excited I am. I love the fact that, more than anything else, Ben, I am so in need of the plates. So yeah. I can't wait till they're all back in stock, which is amazing. Yeah, the Gemini, you know, it's a name that we love and trust. And that's really important in the die cutting industry, because to have a machine that we don't trust very well is not good for us when we're crafting, because we need something that, so I'm going to start with saying that we always say we love die cutting. Yeah. We don't love die cutting. We love what die cutting does to our crafts. Yes. And that means that we need a machine that's going to be a power horse. We need a machine that's going to work super efficiently to get all our die cutting needs done, which makes us then love the crafts that we go on to create. And that's what the Geminis do. And to have them all in stock is super exciting, including the new Raspberry Junior, which is amazing. Now, whether you like a manual machine or you like an electronic machine, or like a lot of us, you like both, chat amongst yourselves, because I know this is a Saturday. Let everybody know what machines you've got. A lot of you have probably got all 4 of our machines. I know I have, and I use all of them as well. They've all got a place in my heart. They all work really efficiently. For me, though, I have to say, the Gemini Mini and the Gemini 2 are my 2 machines that I could genuinely not live without in my craft room. They are absolutely amazing. The Gemini Mini, I probably use more than any other machine. And the Gemini 2 is just a power horse, honestly. And the fact that it has, I'm going to go through everything, but the fact that it has USB cables in the back, and it has a stand, and it has all these extra functions, it's super quiet as well, super fast, super efficient. So yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm going on and on and on and on. But yeah, I'm super excited that the Geminis are back in stock, Ben.
And then we'll go through it all for you. We'll talk about all the machines over the course of this show. If you obviously, hopefully stay with us for the show, but if you want more information and if you want like a 2-hour extravaganza, you can go back to Tuesday at 2 when we officially brought back into stock on a pre-order the machines with Leanne. But with it being Make It Saturday, of course, we bring you some Sizzler deals which are only applicable, I believe, for the course of the show. One of which everybody needs to have, right? And with me being a watercolorist now, listen to me, like he's done one thing, and he's like, oh yeah, he's a watercolorist. But one thing, I'm only joking, or am I? One of the things that you definitely need is our Shadow Mark ink pad. This is essentially disappearing ink, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why do I need this in my life? Because it's the ultimate hack, I think, when it comes to making yourself look like a better watercolorist than you just might be. Because Debbie, essentially, I mean, you can use this wherever you want, but if you're using it with your stamps to do your watercoloring, you stamp it down, don't you? And then after you've done your colouring, you can simply make it disappear.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Heat it away.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's really nice about it, so what it does is it makes all your stamps that you've got in your collection, it makes it look like you've hand done them, because it looks like, not even hand done them, it makes it look like you haven't even used a stamp.
No.
It makes it look like you've painted it yourself without having that mark around it. So yeah, it's absolutely fabulous, and you just use heat on it to make it disappear.
Use heat and watch it disappear.
Oh yeah, it actually says that.
I thought you'd read that then, but then I realised you hadn't, because you couldn't really see it. Yeah. Not only does she know the products, but she knows the taglines as well. I'm telling you, that's why she's one of the very best in the business. £4.31 for that, or £6.47. In all seriousness, we used this the other day when I did that watercolouring show, and it just works brilliantly. Honestly, it does. It's a bit of a crafty hack, but if you can get it and if you can use it and it makes you look better, then why wouldn't you want that in your life? Grab it whilst you can. Another one of our Sizzlers today is the 6x6 Celebrations paper pad. I mean, this just does exactly what it says on the tin. It is 12 designs, 3 of each, so 36 sheets you're getting in here. For those of you that love single-sided papers, then you are in luck. I love this, Debbie, because lots of different patterns and lots of different designs in here for all sorts of celebrations, hence the name. But it's a very different colour palette, this pad, isn't it, to anything I think we've done before?
It's so lovely and soft. I do love a pastel paper pad that's patterned, because you could be using these and mix and match them. I made a card earlier when we were saying about making candles. You could make all your birthday candles out of this pad.
Yeah.
I use this one a lot. It's lovely. So it's really lovely for Easter, lovely for Mother's Day, lovely for birthdays. It's just a really pretty, beautiful pastel pad, and you'll be using it time and time again. I would be multiple ordering this one. Yeah.
It is such a handy pad to have for all sorts of different celebrations. And like Debbie said, if you multi-order, you know this is one of those pads that you'll be going, oh yeah, I've got that paper in there, this paper. You'll be reaching for it more often than not.
Will.
And for it's £4. £4 if you platinum. £4. $6.40 if you're in the US, but only for this show, don't forget. That's why the deals are sizzling. Next up, vellum washi rolls. Rose gold. Do you know what? No word of a lie. This time, no, it wasn't this time last week. Well, it was around about this time last week. I was at the NEC, and we had these at the NEC.
We did.
A lot of people were coming up to me and chatting to me about these, and couldn't believe how brilliant
Absolutely. I had one lady, I can't remember your name, so apologies, but she actually said to me, Debbie, I'm having real difficulty sticking it down. And I was like, oh, I said, tell me what you're doing. I said, I took one out the pack, and she said, what do I stick it with so it won't notice? She hadn't realised it had a backing on there that you peeled off. And then she only had one pack of them, and she was like, what other colours do you do? And she literally, we went through all the baskets, and she literally went through them. She didn't know you peel off the backing, and it was fully sticky. So it just shows you sometimes if you don't always catch the shows, you don't know how they do, but they're amazing, because when you peel off that protective backing, you can then tear it. It's like normal washi tape, so you can use it to stick down, to do all your different watercolour techniques if you want to, but it's brilliant for just putting over anything and having that sentiment show through. They're just amazing. I love these.
You've got 10 metres on each roll. This roll is I can't thank you enough, and then you are so thoughtful. So you get the 2 sentiments per roll, if you like. 10 metres on that one, all done with that beautiful rose gold foiling. This one is, you've got happy, I'll just show you one, I won't undo them all, but that one says happy birthday to you, and then you've got birthday wishes on there as well. And again, you get that multiple times across the 10 metres of the roll itself. And then this one here is true friends are hard to come by. And then it's got that saying on there, which I never get right, which is something like, we became friends by chance. No, we met by chance and we're now friends by choice, or something like that. It's a lot more poetic than I've just made it out to be. But yes, you get 30 metres in total across those 3 rolls. And again, that price is brilliant. Oh, wow, that is a brilliant price.
That is a very good price.
That is a really good, that surprised me, that genuinely.
30 metres, 6 sentiments. That's a bargain.
£5.60 or $6.40 if you're a Platinum member, worth getting into your basket. Next up, these are tremendous. I love these so much. I can't remember who I was with when I had a go with these recently. I want to say it might have been Sheila. But you know, the other day, well, it was the other day for you guys, not for us. The other day we were talking about the Colour Creations powders on 60-minute deals. I feel like these are just as versatile and as usable as those are, but in liquid form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can do so many cool things with these, can't you, Debbie?
Absolutely
so many cool
can.
things.
And if you have got one of our clear sparkle pens, you can make all of these into glittered inks
I love that idea. The colours you're going to get, if I go from right to left as I look at them, so Clematis Violet, you've got Seaweed Aqua in there, you have got beautiful Night Blue, you've got the Poppy Red, you have got the Persimmon Orange, and then you've also got your Cat King Green. You'll notice each of these, again, they're small bottles, but I'll quote you, Leanne, once again, all you need with these is a mouse's teardrop worth of ink. That's all you're going to need from these, nothing more. And each one comes with its own little screw top. And attached to that screw top, you've got your little dispenser, you've got your pipette in there. So it is literally a tiny drop and it will go so far. And I know obviously, you know, you can do all of your kind of watercolor techniques with these, but the one thing which just springs into my mind straight away is you can do shaving foam technique with these, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool for doing that with.
Yeah, you can do so much with them. When you think that everything that comes in liquid form is so much easier to use because it is liquid form. So anything you can do with your watercolors, you can do with these. They're amazing. And the vibrancy of them are really, really bright. They're amazing.
And I love it when you guys show as well, like, you know, watercolor cardstock obviously, and sometimes you might go, well, drop it onto the cardstock and then spritz, don't you? And then sometimes you wet the cardstock and then drop it on, get different effects. Sometimes you're just taking it onto your glass mat as well, aren't you? And
absolutely. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that splodged effect where you just take your card and put it over. You can also, if you really wet your card and put just a tiny drop at a time, it almost like it explodes into the water, and it gives a really, really cool technique. Now, bear in mind though, Ben, even though these are water-based, these are dye-based.
Yes.
So they are inks and they will stain. So be very careful with clothing and everything, and your hands, they could stain them as well. So be very careful. They're not really ones for the kids. That's what I would say about that.
No, certainly ones, if you're going to use them, and if you're like me as well, wear an apron is a good idea. But again, that's a tremendous price, £12.80 for these. If you've got them already, so this is the Colour Inspiration set that you'll get the 6 of. If you've got them already, you don't need me to tell you how brilliant they are, and at this price, you're probably snapping them up again. If you haven't yet tried them, honestly, they are brilliant. And I love the fact, again, with something like this, you don't need to come at this as like level 10 crafter. You can be someone who's never crafted before. If you just love to experiment and have fun, then these are 100% for you, especially at that price today. Don't miss out. And one final thing to show you as far as the scissors are concerned, before we get onto the machines with Debbie, a set of our aqua markers. And again, you guys know we've had these on shows ad infinitum. We show these again and again and again. Why? Because they're always so popular. These, of course, the aqua markers are water colour pens, dual-ended, fine nib one end, you've got your brush nib the other end with these, you've got 12 within this set. So this is the 12 from the Sketch Essentials range. And yeah, again, Debbie, I say, I used these, coloured with these for the first time the other day, and they're just a brilliant, brilliant marker, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And what I love about these as well is you can just paint direct with them as well, because you've got that beautiful brush nib on them, and people forget that. So you haven't even got to dilute them with water. The vibrancy in them is truly incredible. But if you want them to go even further, then yeah, add water. Just put them, scribble them on your glass mat. They're amazing.
I love that as well, because I think we get, especially for people who, because I got scared of colouring, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do it. You know, you think of all the different things the pens can do. But in essence, if you just want a really good quality marker and you decide initially, well, I'm not going to even watercolour with these, just take them straight onto your cardstock and colour with them.
And if you love illustration, the small nib on them is brilliant, because you can really get small detail with them. So illustration, give it a slight spritz with water and you just get a little sort of bobbling of the colour and it looks incredible. So yeah, they are a fantastic marker.
£15.63 platinum, $20.39 in the US platinum, only for this show. And those are your Saturday Sizzlers. Talking of Sizzlers, Oh, my goodness me. Look what's back. Back again. Gemini's back. Tell a friend. It is the G2. All the machines are back in stock, and we're going to talk about each and every one with Debbie over the course of the rest of the show. But this is the one, isn't it? This is the kind of, you know, top tier, top level, the machine that everybody's talking about, the machine that everybody wants to have in their craft room, and it is back. It is back on a pre-order from the 24th of November, so only 16 days to wait to get this winging its way to your door, and the price on this is $183.99. That's your UK Platinum price. $255.99 is the price on this if you are in the US, and of course that is your free shipping as well. There is so much to chat around, and I'll throw this over to Debbie, but I think unless you've been under a rock for the past few years, you'll know how good this machine is. You'll know why, and not just us, why everybody in the industry is talking about this machine, because we kind of, Debbie, when the G2 was born, we kind of leveled up in so many ways with this machine, didn't we? Obviously, it kind of comes to you with everything that you know and love about the Gemini, but with loads of different features and benefits as well. Oh,
absolutely, yeah. So the Gemini comes with the name Gemini because it's dual functioned. It means it die cuts and it embosses for you. So all your embossing folders you can now emboss, all your dies you can die cut, all your dies that emboss you can emboss and die cut as well. You haven't got to worry about your shims either, because I've been known in the past when I've bought die cutting machines, I've had to buy the additional shims. You don't have to worry about that. I'll take you through all the shims that you are getting, but you are getting every shim that you need to work with the Gemini, including your rubber mat and including your metal shim as well, and they're normally additional extras that you would have to pay. Now, if you've got the normal Gemini, so the original Gemini, and you're probably thinking, I don't need another one. No, you don't. You really don't. We cannot. We've always said we can't upgrade the Gemini's power, because if we put more power into this machine, it would not be any good for your crafting. So the actual system itself is exactly the same. What I would say is, if you want added benefits that I'm going to show you with your machine that you haven't got with the original Gemini, treat yourself to an upgrade, because honestly, this machine is incredible. The first thing I would say for me was it's quieter. And it's faster. And the fact that you can put all your plates through. So if you're going way back and you've gone for a Gemini Go, which has the mini plates, but all the same plate platforms, you can even use that in here, because it has an optical sensor that goes all the way along, where your normal Gemini would have just 2 sensors each side. So you wouldn't be able to just put your Gemini plates through anyway. So that's one of them. The fact that we've made it sleeker, beautiful, nicer looking. It has these pull down and storage in both sides, which is incredible. So now you can keep all your pokey tools and your scissors and anything else at the sweets. I know a lot of people keep their sweets in there. You're going to be able to store them in there. Then you've got this piece that comes up at the top. This now is a media stand. So you can actually watch us or watch your favorite program, watch YouTube, watch your favorite videos, put your iPad or your tablet on the top here, or your phone, and you're ready to go. It's also got some storage inside here as well. If you're not using it, you can literally store your Gemini Midi on the top if you want to. You can put your plates on top. It's just a really good system. Still the same functionality. So we've still got the on-off switch, we've still got the pause, and we've still got the reverse function. So you're getting all of that inside this. Now, if I turn it round, what you will see at the back is 3 USB ports. And that for me, so I don't know about anybody else, let us know in the comments. But I use mine for my headphones, I use it to charge my phone, and I use one to charge my tablet. I love the fact that I've got that in there. I've also got a portable light which I put in there, and just lately I've been charging my Teddy's ball in there, because he's got one of these balls that lights and flashes.
Oh, does it move around on its
Moves
own?
around, yes, with the little string on it. He absolutely loves it, because it stops, waits for them to catch it, and then it starts bouncing around again.
I might have to speak to you after the show about that. I might get one for
It's
Molly.
really good, yeah. The string didn't last very long. That could have been a bit stronger, but he still loves the ball. so
Yeah.
but I've been charging that in the back
That's
of my
a good idea.
machine. So yeah, it's got that. So everything that you know about the Gemini, you know and love, or you might be someone that's been sitting on the fence. You might have another die cutting machine. And what I always say to people, Ben, is that die cutting machines, they're all brilliant. They're all brilliant because we just love our die cutting. What I would say though, before I had a Gemini, I used to love my older machines, but it would take me 2, 3, 4 passes through. And I didn't mind that because I was used to that. That's what you get used to. So it was still a good machine. It just I had to work a bit harder. With the Gemini now, I can put things through once, or I can reverse it if I want that double cut in next to no time at all. And that's what makes the Gemini really special. So you absolutely want to upgrade to the Gemini 2. Now, the main thing about the Gemini 2 is die cutting intricate dies. So I've got this die here, which you can see has a lot of intricacy in it. It comes in different parts, actually. So I am going to just cut this piece into it, and I'm going to cut that middle section as well. So we're just going to place those onto both parts, and I am just going to get my tape and tape that down, because if you let it go through, it could cross over. And it's the one thing, if you are new to die cutting, I'm so pleased we've got the Gemini back in for you. Because it really is going to take your crafting to a whole new level. But what I would say is get yourself some good dies, have a look on the website, and make sure you get some low-tack tape as well to hold it in position. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about plates, because the plates, now these are really well worn. Let me get you some newer plates just to show. I will use my older plates.
And just to say, we get these in the box, don't we? Because a few people were worried they had to buy the plates separately.
Yes, and that's what I've always loved about this, Ben, because the fact that you are getting everything that you need, including your metal, don't worry about that being cut on there. It doesn't matter. You can cut lots of things. This is just an additional shim. So we're going to pop that to the side, and your rubber mat. Now, I know years ago, and probably still maybe with some other machines, you would have to buy your rubber mat. You would have to buy your metal shim. These were all additional extras. You are getting your metal shim, your rubber mat. You are getting 2 cutting plates. So these are your 2 cutting plates. We've also made them white. So anybody, if you've not been about for a little while and you've got our older Gemini plates, which are see-through, when you put the see-through ones through the Gemini, it's not going to work. The reason it won't work is because, and we've turned these white, because we've got an optical sensor that goes all the way along the top. If you put something through that's clear, it won't work. So what you need to do is, if you have still got plates in your stash that you want to use before you replace them, put a piece of copy paper underneath your clear one, and then it will pick it up because it's white.
Perfect.
But
Good tip.
your white ones are now 3 times stronger than your clear ones, and your plastic shim that you are also getting, which is this one here, is 10 times stronger.
That's
so that's
bonkers.
going to, it is 10 times stronger, this one, which is amazing. And then you get your magnetic shim as well. So all of those will come in your pack. You haven't got to get them extra. And I don't know if we've worked that out cost-wise, but if you was to take the price of your plates off of your Gemini, it reduces the cost of your machine
I want to say
considerably.
Conservatively, like a cost of all of them together is about 60 quid, isn't it? 50, 60 quid?
Yeah.
So potentially £130 then, isn't it?
Which, for a die cutting machine, if you can stretch those extra pennies, absolutely do that, because they are incredible. But I'm going to then show you this one here. Now, these are your Gemini Junior.
Okay.
They're probably my most used plates. I probably use these more than my bigger plates, because most dies will fit through on your A5 cutting machine. Now, with your machine, you used to, with your older machines, have to put things through this way, because your optical sensors would only pick up here. I can now put these through here, here, in the middle, and it will pick it. See, it's already wanting to take that through. So it doesn't matter where you put them. It also means that I can then place my dies onto here and run them through. Still works in the same way. If you want it to do a double cut, you can absolutely do that. Wherever you put them through, it is going to work its way through. It's going to cut all that detail in there for you, and it's just one of the most remarkable machines. So let's take that out. Look at this. I mean, that is incredible. Look at all that detail, cutting that out. I'm just going to bring in my white one so you can see every single detail is cut out of there, which is absolutely incredible with the dies. Now, I know that dies have come a long way. They're much easier to release, but they are still intricate. There are still tiny pieces in the dies, and lots of machines still nowadays cannot get to those tiny little pieces. With your Gemini machine, it is literally going to cut every single bit out for you. Now, the other thing it does is it also does, because it's dual functions, it will do all your embossing folders, it will do all your die cuts, it will do your stencils as well. So even if you've got an A4 stencil, use your rubber mat and you'll be able to use all your stencils as an embossing folder. So there's just so much you can do with it, and this is just one of the machines that we've got.
Yeah, it is. It's the top of the shop really in die cutting. The other thing to say as well is if you are shopping for your accessories, don't forget you've got the turntable back in stock on this as well. Now, so that is in stock. The holes for the turntable have been pre-drilled in the bottom of this too. So if you want that kind of 360 turntable ability with this, those are the holes that you're seeing just here. Those will work with the turntable, which is now back in stock. So if you like the ability to be able to have this spinning around, then you can. Obviously, you know, you have got that the glide feet already on here, so it does make it nice and easy for you to be able to move this around even without the turntable, but it's entirely up to you. I think if you've already got it for an extra $7.99, it gives you more scope to craft easily, doesn't it? $10.36 if you are in the US. Just to say again, we did stress this when we had it earlier, that is for the G2 only. Don't be going drilling holes into your Gemini or your Junior and then trying to attach the turntable, because you'll avoid your warranty and it won't work anyway. But worth adding into your basket if you're getting the G2 today. So, top of the shop when it comes to electronic die cutting. What about if you're thinking maybe, okay, well, I want to get into crafting, I want to get into die cutting and embossing, but I'm not going to quite stretch to an electronic machine right now. I quite like the idea of having a manual machine. Well, let me show you my favourite machine. It is the Gemini Midi. Grab one of these, you automatically join my Cool Cat club, because you're a cool cat if you use the Midi, because this is what this guy uses. And listen, I like to craft sporadically. As I said to you, I like to make cards for Laura for special occasions, for the parents sometimes as well. I personally don't need a bigger machine like this currently, so this works perfectly for me. And what I love about this, and as Debbie will go on to chat to you around, I'm sure, is that it is all about the simplicity of it, and it's all about not having to use electricity. Simplicity without the electricity. And once again, you get everything you need straight out of the box to craft with this. £59.99 is a UK platinum price. It is $103.96. And what I would also say, Debbie, is that whilst there is a choice if you want to cut with an electronic machine or cut with a manual machine, there's also reasons, I think, isn't there, to have one of both of these in your craft room?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I would say based on what projects you want to do, because I use my Mini, and we're going to look at that as well, more than any other machine. Right. Because I have so many little embellishment dies that I'm constantly, I feel like I'm constantly with my Mini on there, because it's super efficient. My Gemini Midi I use, and that is near me as well, but I use it when I've got bigger projects to do and I want to run them through quite a few times, because there's nothing faster than a manual machine.
Oh yeah, you'll not beat it.
Yeah, no. You cannot beat it, because although the Gemini is fast, it's not as fast as running something through quickly. And I say it's quick, depends on the speed of your arm really, doesn't it? So you haven't got to be quick. I am one of those, I am a little bit of a speedy crafter, so I like to just get things done. Yeah. So for me, I love the Midi because it's a great machine. I love it because it's super strong as well. It's the one I always get out when the grandkids are crafting. So we were crafting Christmas cards the weekend just gone, and the Mini was out on the top. And even it was the first time actually, because my little Ava is only 6, so I don't normally let her do the die cutting, and she asked if she could do it. And then there was once I took my eye off the board and she was like, Nanny, it didn't work. And I looked and she put the die the wrong way round. I was like, that's not a problem, it does work, we just got to turn the die over. But she doesn't understand the die and which way round it goes. But they need supervising, but the kids can do it. Ruby's got one of these as well, so it is a super machine. And the reason I talk about the grandkids is because if you've got children or an elderly generation that you want to craft with. I know people, in fact, there was someone at the craft stand who takes hers to the, so at the NEC, there was actually someone that told me she takes her Midi to a residential home, and they do crafting, and she said they absolutely love it because it's like children, when they put something through a die cutting machine and see it cut something out, their little brains can't, how on earth did that do that? They're super excited about that because it's one folder. I mean, if you've not seen the Gemini before, the Gemini Midi and the Mini, it's a one folder platform. I don't think you can beat that.
No.
I mean, honestly, you cannot get a more simpler machine. And for me, that's what this crafting is all about. You haven't got to worry about platforms unless you are using your machine every day and remember your platform system. I could do it in my sleep. I could do it without thinking about it because I use it every single day. But if I was only using crafting once a week or once a fortnight and not very often, I'd have to keep looking up. I remember first starting with an electronic machine and thinking, oh, what platform? And I'd have it wrote down, and I used to label them because I just wouldn't remember. Haven't got to remember. All you got to remember is any 4 of those sides, and you need to use them all. Please do not just cut on one side. Like I can see this one has just been cut on this side, so I'm going to make sure I go to the opposite side, and we're going to cut on there as well. So I'm just going to take a die. Now look at this. This is a really big die. I'm going to place it through there, and all I'm going to do is offer it into the mouth of my machine. Once it's caught, so I can feel that's caught, the tension, we're just going to take that one through, and we're just winding it. So you can see it just takes, now this is a really big die that I'm asking this to cut out. It's got amazing suckers on here, look, which I love because this is how strong it is. You could lift up your glass mat. I'm glad I cleaned under my glass mat today because it was awful.
Mention no names.
Then we'll take this out, but look at this. Let me just take this out because this is a very intricate die, but look at this.
Cut like a dream first
time. I mean,
time.
Look at that. First time through there. If I put it to my jumper, you can see it a little bit better. It's stunning. I mean, and every single part, including all those tiny little parts of the stamens inside the sunflowers, have cut out because that is incredible. And then next time you use this, I'm going to rotate it and flip it. So I will then cut onto this bit as well. Because it is one of those machines that is super easy and it still has a lot of pressure. Now, I know lots of the gang, they always say, you know, it cuts as well as the Gemini. No, it doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. No manual machine is as good as an electronic machine. But if I had to choose a second best thing for it, it would definitely be the Gemini Midi because that's the one, it's packed with power, but no machine is going to be as good as what electronic machine will be. But it will cut out all your intricate die cuts. If I needed to, I could just run this in forward and run it through backwards. The other good thing about it, it's for left-handed people as well as right-handed people because it goes both ways, which doesn't matter. The other thing is, it's still called the Gemini because it has a dual function. So it means I can run embossing folders through it. Now, one embossing folder, 3D embossing folder, straight through.
Easy peasy. Easy
peasy, which is amazing. So you can literally run that through. That's going to emboss for you. Look at that, which is stunning.
Oh, that is amazing.
I mean, how quick and easy is that? You could not even do that in your Gemini because your electronic machine, it wouldn't be that quick.
No.
So if you want quick crafting and you want it at the touch of your hand, if you've got a 2D embossing folder, you get a shim with your Gemini. Again, you don't have to purchase it. This shim comes with your Gemini and you just pop that with your 2D embossing folder and your card, run it through, and that gives you that extra shim. So it's that 2 folder, that's all you've got to remember. 1 folder for your die cutting, 1 folder for your embossing folders. So, and it's super easy. And then when you finish with it, you could literally, if you want to, take it and sit it on top of your Gemini as well. So it's out of the way. So it's not taking up any room wherever you are. The other thing is, if you're on the move, caravans, you're going like on holiday, literally have a lap tray in front of the telly. You can do your die cutting while you're watching EastEnders or whatever soap you're watching or whatever film home, you're watching, you can do all your crafting on your lap because that will sucker to your mat, and you'll be able to just do your die cutting as you go along. So it's a fabulous little machine to have. So you've just got to choose, and you've just got to decide whichever one suits your needs.
And like Debbie said as well, you're going to cut the majority of dies in here. The folder that you're using for your dies, 6x9 is the size, so you know you've got a plenty big enough platform to cut the majority of dies that you'll have and that you'll probably pick up over the years as well. So it's a brilliant, brilliant machine. Again, as we said, everything comes in the box that you need to get going, so you will get your first cutting folder in there, you will get your shim in there as well. If you decide, because you will, you know, down the line you will need more folders. If you decide that now might be a good time to get some whilst you're getting the machine, you can check the shop today for those extra folders for the MIDI and the shims as well. It is brilliant, honestly, such an easy machine to work with. Think about that one, £59.99 is your platinum price, or $103.96 if you are in the US and your platinum. Now, very, very exciting is that we are bringing back the Junior. That's a Last Crusade reference for everyone. Why is he saying it like that? Junior, I came to save you, Dad. Oh yeah? Who's going to save you, Junior? The Junior is back. The exciting thing about the Junior as well is that this is obviously the original Junior, the purple. If you decide to buy this today, or indeed, you know, tomorrow, or whatever it might be, you will be getting a Raspberry or Raspberry Junior. They will all now match. So the Gemini 2 will match with the Junior, will match with the Midi, will match with the Mini. And what's really cool about this, and again, we'll get Debbie to talk around this. What we did notice actually quite funny when we had this the other day, because we're so used to the Gemini 2, this is a little bit louder than the Gemini 2. You notice actually how much louder it is compared to the 2, because we're so used to the 2 now. But it's a funny thing how you get used to certain things. But the Junior still definitely has its place. And what I love about this is that if you are someone who is wanting to get an electronic machine, but perhaps you can't quite step to the price of a Gemini 2, you're still going to get the power from the Junior, you're still going to get the precision, you're still going to be able to cut the majority of your dies with the plates and platforms that you've got here, you're still going to be able to do all of your embossing, but crucially, the two things that you might have recently, for example, that you'll be able to use in this, foil press, letterpress. Those are the two, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking, oh, well, I need to go to, you don't necessarily have to stretch if this is more sort of your area. So $135.99 is your price if you're in the UK. If you're in the US and you're platinum, $199.96. What's your take on this, Debbie? Because I feel like there really is a place for each and every one of our machines in people's craft rooms. It just depends, I suppose, where budgets are and what they need to use it for. But there's definitely a place, and I think crafters out there who would love to have a Junior, right?
Absolutely. So for me, why would you have a Junior? And that's because you might have the Midi, but you might want an electronic machine just to go back to some of those really old dies that you need an electronic machine to cut. So your Junior is going to be for that. Also, room. Lots of people don't have room for a bigger cutting machine. So the Junior is absolutely brilliant because it doesn't have any pull down sections. It is what you see there. So it means, and it is quite portable as well, because you can pick this up, has got handles on each side. You've got your on and off switch at your back, still got your pause and reverse. So you've got all those functions of the machine. And I am going to show you before we go on anymore, just the sort of things that you can cut, because we didn't show that with the Junior, with the bigger machine. Now, we've got all the machines here for your die cutting range. Your Midi and your Mini might not cut everything that's on here, like acetate. It will struggle to cut acetate. It might struggle to cut leather out as well, because now Leanne will probably tell you can put this is a mixed media die, so it's a thicker die. So she would say that you could probably get it through your Mini, but I wouldn't do that.
Do you know what? For the first time I heard of it the other day, she made a point of saying really the manual machine's just for papercraft is what
yes,
she was
absolutely.
saying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So they will fit through. If you really want to do it, then just be very careful, because you really have to crank it round. So I would say don't put your mixed media dies through there. So even though I'm showing you this board, I would say this is more to do with what you can do in your electronic machines. Yeah. And that's what I was saying about an electronic machine and a manual machine. Yeah. Your manual machine is not going going to be as strong and powerful as what an electronic machine can be, because the electronic machines, there's no better. It really is just an amazing machine. So let's have a look at some of the things you can do. So 300 GSM cardstock. So this is pearl cardstock, mirror cardstock, all of this glitter cardstock, mount board. So the glitter, mirror, chalkboard, that's going to cut like a dream. Mount board, you'd need your mixed media dies to cut through there. Acetate, same thing. You can, in fact, cut a lot of shapes with acetate, but a lot of the time it will only cut the indentation round, which is enough because then you just go around with your scissors and it cuts out the actual die. You've got vellum, it will cut out, card packaging, you've got multiple layers of flower forming foam. You've got adhesive foam as well, which is brilliant if you want to do like shaker cards. You've got your funky foam, you've got some vinyls, you've got chalkboards, layers of crepe paper, layers of tissue paper, got hessium as well. I mean, that's a great medium to cut through. Felt, 3 layers if you're using a multimedia die. Denim, cork, faux leather, real leather. You've got fleece fabric here, you've got a net fabric, but look at that. I mean, no feathering, cuts it out beautifully. Your magnetic sheets is amazing. Your wood veneers, your craft metal, shrink plastic is a brilliant one to do. And then you've got your sticker sheets and you've got layers of cotton fabric, which is incredible. So you can see so many different mediums of what you can cut out with the machine. So what you'll notice is it's smaller. So the smaller the machine, the more space that you will have to craft. It also comes with all your layers of platforms. So you're getting your rubber mat, which will do all your embossing for your dies and for your stencils. You're getting your metal shim as well, that will come in there as well. We've beveled the edges of the metal shim as well, so it doesn't cut you, so that's nice and safe. We've also got 2 white cutting plates. The reason they've gone white, not because they need to, but just because there are new ones and they last longer, so why wouldn't we do them again? Then we've got the magnetic and you've got your plastic shim. So all of those will come to you in your machine. And again, if you was to take the cost off that machine, it would actually, your machine is going to be an amazing price.
That's going to be under £100 platinum, isn't it?
Absolutely,
easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, first of all, let's start with an embossing folder. It's going to emboss beautifully, so 3D embossing folder. That takes a different platform. So all of it is in your user manual, but you're going to need your plastic shim, your magnetic, and your top cutting plate. I've just switched mine. Now, this is the other thing, and it's when people haven't die cut or they're new to die cutting, and I want to address to everybody, not just people that are new to, that know die cutting. There might be people that are watching that don't know what die cutting is, and you're thinking, oh, those plates look awful, because your plates, when they come to you, they look lovely like this one. So nice and clean. You want plates that are going to look like this, because it means they're well used on both sides. Please remember to use every part of it, because you want them to die cut into all of it. That way you won't get a banana plate and your plates will last a lot longer. So we're going to place that on, pop the top plate on, and then we're going to run that through. So let's just pop that in. You're right, you can hear this one a bit louder. It's funny, isn't it, when you can hear it? You sort of, because actually you get so used to your machines that you think, well, actually, is it as quiet as we thought it was? But actually the Gemini 2 is very quiet. But look at this, that level of embossing that you are getting on there for a 3D embossing folder. You would get the same level with your Gemini 2 as well as you would with your Gemini Junior as well. So you just choose which one to go for. Now, the one thing we've talked about and we haven't done, and that is your multimedia dies.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got a few different things here. So one is real leather. So we've got some real leather. So we're going to place that on there. And we've also got some fabric as well. So we've got one, let me try and do these a little bit so they're matching. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's going for it. 5.
5.
Whoop.
6, 7. There's
6, 7.
9 there. There's
6,
9.
7.
9 there. So let's pop that there. We've got 9. Shall we see how it does?
9?
9.
What is that? What is that you're cutting?
Cotton. And this is good quality cotton. I'm not saying this is going to cut through all of these. We normally say 6.
6, I thought.
Is a good.
6, 7.
Yeah, is a good 6, 7. 6, 7.
6, 7.
And I'm putting these through at the same time as well, Ben. So the thing about the Gemini is when your plates go through, it will register the height of things. So it will press more into this one and this one because it's got different heights on there, so it will adjust itself. Then we're going to use just our top plastic plate. I'm going to take out my magnetic, and then we're going to pop down our top plate on top of that as well and run that one through. So just offer that into the mouth of the machine.
This is a great example as well, isn't it, of just how the machine is brilliant no matter where you place items on the plate, because we were chatting on Tuesday with Dan about back in the day where you might have a machine where it's like, well, make sure you place the die in this position here because this is a hot spot, and if you place it here,
exactly
it's like, you know, it might not cut as well. This shows just the machine cuts brilliantly wherever you place the die.
Yeah, absolutely. So look at this. I mean, a leather tag. Oh. I mean, no feathering. If I just put that up like that so you can see that you have literally no feathering, the perfect cut all the way round, which is incredible. See, that is a real leather. That's incredible, isn't it, in itself? Let's see how many this has done. Well, actually, just those ones there. So it has 2 it's left on there. So we've actually got 7.
That's brilliant.
So 1, oh, doesn't want to release. 2, it's welded them together. 1, 2, 3.
There's the pressure, doesn't it?
4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7.
And if I show that one as well, can you see how it even puts the beveled edge around there? Can you see that? Look at that. I mean, honestly, to get a cut like that through an electronic machine is quite incredible. So make sure that if you haven't got a Gemini and you've always aspired to have one, grab one, whether it be the Junior, whether it be a firework.
Bit early on a Saturday, it's still light outside.
But yes, grab yourself one of the Geminis. Just do one to suit your budget, but also get one that suits your needs as well.
Like the other thing to say, and I mentioned this at the top as well, is if the G2 perhaps is slightly out of your range budget-wise, this is a really, really good one to go for. £135.99, £199.96. So your free shipping, and also don't forget yours will be raspberry, so it will match up with all the other machines that you might have. The only one we've not mentioned, which we're going to give a little mention to, little treat mention at the end of the show, is this. Actually, come on down. Is the Mighty Mini, and Leanne was talking the other day about genuinely thinking about renaming this as the Mighty Mini, because you look at this and you think, well, that's a kid's play toy, isn't it? That's not going to be doing any die cutting or embossing. Look at it, it's too cute, it's too teeny. Don't be fooled by the size of this machine, friends. It is going to do everything that you want and more when it comes to your die cutting and embossing. Once again, all of the power that you want, all of the precision that you want, and all of the portability with this. Slightly smaller in size. Yes, your plate size in this or your folder size 6x3, but everything that you love about the Gemini name and more. And the brilliant thing again here is the price is £27.99. $55.96. So again, if you're thinking about maybe getting a manual to go with your electronic, getting one for the kids for Christmas, getting one for the grandkids, maybe getting another one for yourself for when the kids or the grandkids do come round, like, you know, with Debbie, they've got the opportunity to have their own machine to work with. This is fantastic. And I always think about this, Debbie, whenever I see you guys, and you've touched on this already today, sometimes you don't need to engage the electronic machine. Sometimes you just need a quick little whiz through for some dies. And I also think brilliantly, you guys use this a lot when you're doing flower making, don't you?
Oh, always, yeah. Flowers, anything like that, embellishments. So all your embellishment dies, everything that you can think of that will go through. And bearing in mind, these platforms is 6 by 3 inches. Yeah. There's a lot of dies that go through on 3 and 6 inches, and it's a fact. I could not genuinely be without this machine. I think no matter what machine you've got, grab yourself one of these. If you want to get your grandkids into die cutting or your kids, make sure you use it with them as well, because my two love this machine. It is absolutely brilliant. It comes with that one platform folder again, which means that you can put it into whatever you want it to. We had some dies on last week as well, this week just gone. We had this little one here. So even if I just want, I'm like, oh, just need a quick sentiment for there. Yeah. Let's just run that through. I can literally, now I have a habit of when I'm putting things through, I always run them through and then I run them back. I don't know why I do that. I think I've just got into a habit of doing that, and I think because it comes back to me, but that will cut out. Look at this. It's a beautiful little die. Let me just ping that on so you can see see it. And then you've got your congrats there. So that cuts out no time whatsoever. And it is the fact, and then I would rotate them, cut onto a different platform. Make sure you use all 4 sides because you don't just want to hotspot any piece. You want to do all 4 sides. But this is what I love. So you might find in lots of things that we've done in the past, and I'm hoping we will in the future, we'll have embossing folders that fit through. So this was one of our embossing folders. So I'm just going to literally line this up. Now this is a 2D embossing folder, and I wanted to show you just how you do this. Now if you've got a Gemini Midi, this will work the same way. Yeah. It gives you a platform to go with that, which you literally just put inside, offer that into the mouth of the machine, and then you're just going to run that through with your platform, and that will emboss that beautifully. So you can see there, got that amazing emboss. Put that aside there so you can see.
That is incredible.
So you've got amazing embossed detail inside there. Now the one thing the manual machines don't do is they don't have a rubber mat, so they're not going to do all those effects where you're embossing dies or you're embossing your stencils. So if you do want to do that sort of crafting, you want to go for an electronic machine. So you choose what your crafts are, what's going to be suitable for you, but definitely grab one of these amazing machines because I promise you, you won't be sorry.
No, you certainly will not be sorry. And what a lineup it is. I mean, we've looked at them all, haven't we? The fantastic machines right across the board. I think it is just a case now of if you are in the market for a machine, which one you want to go for. We've hopefully taken you through all the kind of reasons why for each machine, all of the kind of reasons why you might go for the 2, why you might go for the Mini, why you might go for the Midi, why you might go for the Junior. It's over to you on this one now, really. But what a lineup of machines, and whichever one you choose to go for, you're going to have many years of fantastic crafting with all of these machines because they have been built, of course, with that Gemini name, which you know is a real sign of quality, a real sign of performance, and a real sign that, you know, you have a machine like this in your craft room. It's going to help you to become the crafter that you want to become. Remember, if you're going for a new machine as well, that you don't have to buy any extra plates straight off the bat. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need to get your plate. They all come in the box, whether you're getting the Mini, the Midi, the 2 or the Junior. You get everything that you need to craft straight out of the box. If you think it might be a good idea to get more folders or get more plates because you're thinking, well, I'm going to be using these a lot and I might need them, you know, sooner rather than later, then absolutely shop the day as well. Check out all of the folders and all of the plates and the mats that we've got relevant to the particular machine that you're going for, and get those into your basket as well. Absolutely fantastic show. I've totally loved that, and I think it's always nice to get the kind of full SP on the machines, why you might want which one, which does what. It's been a brilliant show, and hopefully you guys have loved that as well. Debbie, thank you so much. It's so nice to be able to talk about all the machines finally, isn't it?
Yes.
Back in stock on that pre-order.
Yeah, absolutely. And please stock up on your plates because we don't know when we're next getting them back in. I know they took us a long time to come back in. Hopefully they won't be that long again. So, but definitely stock up on your plates. And also, if you do a lot of mixed media cutting, I would keep plates just for your mixed media as well as your normal cutting. Only because the mixed media dies will cut into your plates, so just make sure that you have 2 separate plates for them. But enjoy your weekend, folks, whatever you're up to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. We are back live, of course, on Monday. I will be with you. Debbie Robinson is back in the house on Monday. We've got a brand new launch, which, if you were down at the NEC and you popped to see Debbie on the stall that she was on, you might have got a little sneaky peek of what it is before anybody else. So if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you. You have to tune in on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a peaceful day tomorrow. Remember, it's Sunday, of course. So have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're doing, and we will see you back here live on Monday. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.